Billionaire's daughter saw the maid's son on a $5 blind date. What she did next shocked everyone. The cafe went silent the moment Emily Stone stood up. Her designer heels clicked against the tile floor as every head turned. Even the music seemed to fade when her trembling voice cut through the air. "You," she whispered. "You're my maid's son?" Across from her sat a boy in a faded jacket, his hands wrapped tightly around a cheap plastic cup of lemonade. He didn't look up right away. He didn't have to. The silence said enough. Everyone was watching. The billionaire's daughter had just realized that her $5 blind date was the son of the woman who scrubbed her family's floors. And what she did next, no one saw coming. Emily, the billionaire's daughter, never liked blind dates, especially not ones her best friend arranged for fun. "Come on," her friend Lily had begged. "It's just a $5 cafe date. You need something real for once. Not all that rich people stuff." Emily sighed. $5? That won't even buy me a coffee in our kitchen." Lily rolled her eyes. "Exactly. Maybe that's the point." So, for the first time in her life, Emily dressed simply white t-shirt, blue jeans, sneakers, no makeup, no security, no chauffeur. She wanted to feel normal. And she did. Until she walked into that small, cozy cafe at the corner of Maple Street. That's where she saw him. He sat alone by the window, brown hair, tired eyes, and a posture that looked both proud and nervous. There was something about the way he kept glancing at the clock, like every second mattered. When Emily approached, he stood up so fast his chair nearly fell over. Hi," he stammered. "You must be Emma?" "Emily?" She smiled. "But close enough." He laughed awkwardly. "Right. Sorry, I'm Noah." They shook hands. His palms were rough, not the kind she was used to, working hands. For the first time ever, she didn't check her phone. They talked. About small things, music, the weather, how expensive rent was getting. Emily found herself laughing. Real laughter. The kind that made her eyes water. Noah had this calm, honest way of speaking that felt rare. When she asked what he did for work, his answer was quiet. "I'm helping my mom right now. She cleans houses." "Oh," Emily said softly. "That's nice." But inside, something twisted. Her family's housekeeper also cleaned for other people. Could he mean? No, it couldn't be. She brushed the thought away and focused on his smile. It was shy, but warm. And then, out of nowhere, a gust of wind from the door flipped open his old wallet lying on the table. Emily's eyes caught a photo. Her family's kitchen. Her dog. Her dog. She froze. "Wait," she whispered. "Why do you have a picture of my dog?" Noah looked up, startled. "That's not O. You're the Stones?" The world went still. For 3 long seconds, nobody spoke. Her heart thudded painfully in her chest. He was the maid's son. The boy, sitting across from her, the one she had just told about her favorite books, her fears, her dreams. His mother was Carla, the woman who had folded her laundry for 12 years. Emily's face flushed red. Not out of anger, out of shame. Because she remembered how she had once ignored Carla for 3 straight days after a broken vase incident. She remembered rolling her eyes when Carla packed her lunch, too plain. Now here she was, face to face with her son, and he looked nothing like she expected. No bitterness, no embarrassment, just quiet dignity. People were staring. Emily pushed back her chair, ready to escape the embarrassment boiling inside her. But Noah stood up too, holding out his hand gently. "Please," he said softly, "don't go. You didn't know. I didn't either." Something in his voice made her stop. Tears welled in her eyes before she even realized. "I'm sorry," she whispered, "for everything. For how I." He shook his head. "You don't owe me an apology. You've always been kind to my mom." Emily bit her lip. She wanted to say, "No, I haven't. Not always. But before she could speak, a woman's voice called from behind the counter. "Noah, your mom just called," she said. The woman froze mid-sentence, realizing who was sitting there. Every head in the cafe turned again. Emily stood motionless, heart pounding. "What did she say?" Noah asked quickly. The barista swallowed hard. "She said, she's in trouble." Emily's world tilted. "Trouble?" she repeated. "What do you mean? What happened to her?" Noah didn't answer. He just grabbed his jacket and ran for the door. Emily hesitated only a second before running after him. Because whatever had happened to Carla, the woman she had ignored, the woman she now realized she owed so much to, she couldn't let him face it alone. As the door slammed behind them, the half-finished cups of lemonade trembled on the table. The cafe went quiet again. And that was the moment everything changed. The city lights blurred as Emily and Noah ran through the rain. "Noah, wait," she called, her sneakers slapping against the wet pavement. "What happened to your mom?" He didn't answer. His jaw was tight, his breath fast. When they finally stopped, Emily realized where they were, the narrow alley behind her own family's mansion, the same place the house staff usually parked. Noah's hands were shaking as he pulled out his phone. "She texted me," he said, his voice breaking. "She said she got fired." Emily froze. "Fired? My dad did that?" He nodded silently. Her stomach twisted. Mr. Stone never handled things gently. If Carla had been let go, it was probably in front of the entire staff. Emily's throat tightened. "We need to talk to him." But Noah's voice cracked. "No, please, don't make it worse." He turned away, but Emily grabbed his arm. "Noah, I can't just walk away." For a moment, their eyes met the billionaire's daughter and the maid's son, both standing in the rain, both helpless in their own ways. Then, without another word, Emily marched toward the side gate. Inside the mansion, everything was too bright, too perfect. Her father stood by the fireplace, still in his tailored suit, a half-finished glass of wine in his hand. He didn't look surprised to see her storm in. "Emily," he said calmly, "you're soaked." "Why did you fire Carla?" she demanded. He blinked, then frowned. "Excuse me? Carla, she's been with us for 12 years. Why would you—" "She broke a vase," he said flatly. "Your mother's favorite one, and she lied about it. That's not loyalty, that's deceit." Emily's voice trembled. "You fired her over a vase?" Her father's expression didn't change. "Principle matters." "No," she said quietly. "People matter." Without another word, Emily turned and ran back outside. Noah was still there, standing under the flickering streetlight. He looked so small compared to the towering mansion behind her. She held out her hand. "Come with me," she said. He frowned. "Where?" She smiled faintly. "To fix what my father broke." They found Carla sitting on a bench by the bus stop, clutching a torn brown bag full of cleaning supplies. Her eyes widened when she saw them. "Emily," she whispered, "why are you here?" Emily knelt down in front of her. "Because I was wrong. Because you don't deserve this." Carla tried to stand, but Emily held her hand. "Please don't say anything. Just let me make it right." Noah looked away, pretending not to wipe his eyes. The next morning, the world found out. It wasn't a press release. It wasn't a headline. It started as a single post on Emily's social media, a photo of her, Carla, and Noah at that same $5 cafe, holding cups of lemonade. The caption read, "My family's maid taught me more about kindness than money ever did. Yesterday I learned what real strength looks like. Today, I choose to be different." The post went viral overnight. People from all over the city shared it. Comments poured in, thousands of them. And by noon, something unbelievable happened. Emily's father called. "Come home," he said quietly. "We need to talk." When she returned, he was waiting in the garden, the same garden Carla used to sweep every morning. He didn't say much at first, just looked at her with a strange mix of pride and guilt. "I saw your post," he said finally. "You embarrassed me." "I know," Emily replied softly. "But I think you needed it." He stared at her, then sighed. "Carla can have her job back. And a raise." Emily smiled, but her voice trembled. "She doesn't want her job back, Dad. She deserves better." He looked confused. "Then what does she want?" Emily took a deep breath. "She wants a chance, and I'm going to give it to her." A week later, Emily launched something new, a small cleaning company that paid workers fairly, gave them insurance, and treated them like family. And guess who became her first manager? Carla. Noah helped her run it. And the cafe where they met? It became their headquarters, same place, same $5 table, same lemonade cups. When a reporter later asked Emily why she did it, she smiled and said, "Because sometimes the people we look down on are the ones holding us up."